Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Anna and today by the title of the video you know that we're making American goulash. This is one of the perfect recipes to make this time of year once the weather starts to cool down a bit. It's so hearty, it's delicious, it's simple, it's a one-pot meal and it cooks in about 40 minutes, so it's perfect for a weeknight as well. When you're busy, you need something to eat that's quick and easy but also delicious. This is it. So let me show you the ingredients very quick so we can go ahead and get started. You're going to need a little bit of olive oil, some beef stock, salt, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, however you say it, you're going to need some of that. You're also going to need some onion, ground beef, your pasta of choice. Traditionally you would use elbow pasta. I don't have any and I have some fusilli and it works perfectly fine, so I'm going to be making it with some fusilli pasta. Usually I do about 2 ounces of pasta per person. Just follow the serving size. If you want, you can a little more than the serving size, but I find that the serving size is perfect because usually I serve my pasta with a salad or something else to go with it. So I find that the serving size that the package says it's perfect. You're also going to need some cheese. You want to do either some cheddar. I'm using a mix of cheddar and mozzarella because I had a little bit of leftovers from Thanksgiving, so I'm using that. But so it's like a mix of cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese, just whichever type of cheddar, whichever type of cheese you want. You're also going to need a few spices, which are some paprika, Italian seasoning, seasoned salt or seasoning salt, and some bay leaf. You're also going to need some garlic, and last but not least, you're going to need some whole peeled tomatoes that you want to crush, or you can buy some crushed tomatoes, but I like to buy the whole peeled tomatoes and then crush them myself because you get a little bit of those like whole pieces of tomatoes, if you will, throughout your sauce, which I find delicious. So the first thing you want to do is work on browning the meat. So I have my bracer here. You can do it in whichever pot you want. You can do it in your Dutch oven, big pot. As long as it's big enough to hold everything, you are good. So let's add our olive oil, just a bit, because my meat is not very fatty. So I want a little bit of olive oil to help brown the meat, and we're also going to cook the onions and the garlic and everything else in that oil. So just a tiny bit will do. So we're gonna go ahead and add the ground beef to the skillet. And we're gonna let this cook just until it browns completely. I'll show you what it looks like once we get there. In the meantime, I'm going to chop my onion. I'm going to mince my garlic and I'll be right back. This is exactly what you want your ground beef to look like. It's nice and golden. The pan has tons of nibbly bits on the bottom and that's gonna equal tons of flavor. So I like to push the meat to one side. As you can see, there's not a lot of fat, so I'm gonna add about 1 or 2 tablespoons more of olive oil, and I'm going to add in my chopped onion, and we're just gonna cook them for about 5 minutes or until they are nice and translucent. We're still on medium heat. If you see the thing starts to brown too much, then just bring the heat down to medium low, but medium heat should still be fine. The onions look great. They're exactly how I want them. So now I'm just going to mix the whole thing and I'm going to add in my garlic. And we're gonna cook the garlic for about 30 seconds. You don't wanna cook it too long, otherwise it's gonna burn and it's not gonna have a good flavor. So you add your garlic and you're also going to add in your spices. Remember, Italian seasoning, salt, and paprika. You're gonna add it all over. You mix that in to wake up those beautiful spices. I'm also going to hit it with a little bit of salt, just a little bit, because remember we have seasoning salt, so you want to be careful with the salt, and some black pepper. Okay, this looks great. I'm going to add in my Worcestershire sauce, and I'm also going to deglaze the pan because as you see, there's a bunch of nibbly bits on the bottom, so I'm going to deglaze it with a little bit of stock. You want to scrape until you lift all those bits from the bottom of the pan. Now we add in our crushed tomatoes. You also want to add your beef broth. Just like so. This is what you want to have so far. Now I'm going to let the sauce cook on medium heat for about 8 to 10 minutes, and then we add in our pasta. My sauce cooked for 10 minutes. I added in my pasta just now. And now you want to let this cook covered for about 15 minutes until your pasta is perfectly cooked. And I'll show you what that looks like once we get there. My pasta cooked for 12 minutes and look how perfect it is. Sometimes it takes less, sometimes it takes more depending on the brand that you buy, but look at this. So now you want to look for your bay leaves, which I added with the pasta. And you want to remove those. We have one more over here. So you want to get rid of those. And now we add in our cheese. And this is gonna make it so cheesy and perfect. So mix in your cheese, and then you wanna try it for seasoning and see if it needs a little bit more salt or a little more pepper, and just adjust the seasoning to your liking. I already tried mine and I added a tiny bit of salt because it did need a little bit of salt. Now here comes the moment we're all been waiting for, at least I've been waiting for, because this is just so yummy. So you just simply serve yourself as much as you want. Okay. Oh, so cheesy. It's cheesy, it's saucy, it's just delicious, beautiful flavor. It's easy to clean up, easy to make. Absolute perfection. Hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Written recipe on my website, anitasrecipes.com. Make it. I feel like I have cheese all over my chin. It's probably there, but it's fine. So make the recipe, love it as much as I do. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave me a comment down below if you tried it and if you loved it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.